The Braves look to bounce back after a tough Game 1 loss, 6-4 against the Harbor Hawks. Alongside Joran Palacio, I'm Sam Wiederhalf. Joran, a disappointing Game 1. Half of Hyannis' wins this season have come against Bourne.
Yeah, and that's not saying a lot when the Hyannis Harbor Hawks coming into this game at 4-16-1. 2 out of those 4 wins against the Braves. And when you talk about struggling teams, you don't want to be the team that the struggling team takes advantage of. You don't want to be struggling to the struggling team, more or less, Sam. And that's what the Braves are doing right now. Coming into this game or coming into this doubleheader, we were really thinking that the Braves would have a chance to really make something happen, create a lot of separation between them and the Harbor Hawks. Just not the case, not on the cards. They had the opportunity to go up by as many as 11 points, and now if they lose this game, fall to only having a 3-point lead over the Harbor Hawks.
And if you take a look at the standings, the Braves still in that 4th spot with just now a 5-point lead on Hyannis. Let's take a look at how the Braves line up as Judd Fabian, the leadoff batter, will step into the box. For the Braves, it will be Fabian, Xavier Warren, Kay Beloso, Jimmy Glowenke, Cody Morissette, Brendan Rivoli, Kyler Fedko, Jake Campbell, and Giovanni DiGiacomo. Some new faces getting the start for the Braves. They'll be going up against Jonathan Hughes from Georgia Tech. The first pitch to Judd Fabian. He fouls off toward the backstop, and we are underway in game number 2.
And Jonathan Hughes, coming into his junior year here for Georgia Tech, just activated recently by the Harbor Hawks, came in with a 9-2 record last season.
The 0-1 is outside on a breaking ball from Hughes. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Hughes with a 5.09 ERA and 53 innings pitched. Opposing hitters rating 292 off him.
The 1-1 pitch to Fabian. He'll fly out to right field. Rigsby Mosby is moving back. That ball is out of here. A leadoff home run by Judd Fabian to right center field, and the Braves are on top 1-0.
Well, 2 times in the past 3 games, the Braves had led things off with a home run. Judd Fabian getting a little bit of help from the wind blowing out toward right center. How do you make up for a bad loss? Lead things up with a home run.
That ball carried extremely well, the wind blowing directly to right field, and Fabian hits a leadoff opposite field home run to right center. Early lead for the Braves. Xavier Warren steps up against Hughes and hits a foul ball on the left field side out of play. Fabian in the last game was 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Xavier Warren in game 1 was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hughes. It falls in the dirt. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Braves, that's only the 6th home run on this season. Xavier Warren hitting 1 last night against Harwich. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Ground ball over to second base. Gets in the glove of Servideo, who slides, throws to first, and Xavier Warren is thrown out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, what a play by Servideo over there, sliding, making the backhand catch, spinning the other way, and making an accurate throw into first base for a first out. Nice little way to calm the nerves there for Jonathan Hughes if you're a Harbor Hawk out there on the field there, Sam.
Kay Beloso steps in, had a big game 1, 2 for 3 with a home run to right field. Came around to score twice, had 1 RBI on the solo shot. First pitch is low from Hughes. 1 ball, no strikes. Beloso, his first homer on the season. He hit 10 home runs for LSU during the collegiate season. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Hughes. Beloso, ground ball over to second again. Servideo can't dive and stop that one. It skips to right center field, and Beloso is on for his first hit of the game 2 and the 3rd hit of the doubleheader.
3rd hit of the doubleheader, and make that a perfect 10 for Cade Beloso. 10 games played, and he's been on base in all 10 of those games. The base magnet on this team here, Sam.
What a dominant start to the season for Cade Beloso. Now it's Jimmy Glowenke, 0 for 2 in game 1 with a walk. He'll face Hughes for the first time. First pitch is off speed and too low to Glowenke, 1-0. Glowenke back at short for tonight's second game. Beloso over at first. Hughes comes set, hands me at the letters, throw back to first. Beloso back in time. Some new faces all in the bottom half of the lineup. Brendan Rivoli gets the start. Kyler Fedko starts. Jake Campbell will be behind the plate. And Giovanni DiGiacomo will be in center field. 1-0 pitch to Glowenke on the fastball. It's low. It's now a good hitter's count, 2-0.
And Glowenke can really get going here. Had some some problems in the last game, the earlier game. Nice little single here would be nice to get that confidence going back for him.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Glowenke. Little chopper over to third to Julian. Julian throw to second is in time. Throw back to first, and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks get the double play on Jimmy Glowenke. But Judd Fabian leads it off for the Bourne Braves with a solo shot to right center field, putting Bourne up 1-0. We head to the bottom half of the first. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Bottom half of the first inning, 1-0 lead for the Bourne Braves. Let's take a look at how the Hyannis Harbor Hawks line up for game number 2. Leading off will be Jordan Westberg, the shortstop. Rowdy Jordan in center field. He's in that 2 spot. Jared DeSantelo, the DH in the 3-hole. Hunter Goodman gets the start in game 2. He'll be in left. Edward Julian, the third baseman today. Ian Fair back over at first. Rigsby Mosley at right field. Anthony Servideo, the second baseman. And rounding it out will be Adam Hackenberg, the catcher. He gets his start in game number 2. And on the mound for the Bourne Braves, it's Sean Harney out of UMass.
And Sean Harney started the season out of the bullpen, now making his second start in a row here. Last pitch against Falmouth back on June 29th, a week ago, and it didn't really necessarily go well, Sam. Only threw 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, had a pretty short leash, and was yanked out of after the third inning at a 5.19 ERA and 8 2/3 innings pitched, giving up a total of 7 runs, only 5 of which earned. And he's already has some one support here, but against the Harbor Hawk team who put up 6 the last game, has his hands full here tonight.
Yeah, 6 runs on 14 hits, and 2 of those hits were from Jordan Westberg, who leads it off for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. He came around to score 1 time, had an RBI as well. A productive first game for him, who is just playing in his 3rd game of the summer. Harney comes set. In the windup, here's the first pitch to Jordan Westberg. He watches it on the fastball down the middle for strike 1.
It's going to be real important for Harney and the rest of the Braves pitching staff to throw a lot of strikes. 6 walks in that last game, and it really came back to bite him.
Harney's hands come set. Now the 0-1 delivery. Westberg flies that ball to right center field. Fedko moving back on it. That ball will get all the way to the wall. Giovanni DiGiacomo fields it in center field. Westberg gets over to second. It's a lead-off double for Jordan Westberg. He gets another hit and leads it off. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks already have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, this kid is for real. Jordan Westberg playing his first game last night, and then his second game had 2 hits with an RBI, and now a leadoff double. And just like that, the Harbor Hawks already with a runner in scoring position.
Rowdy Jordan now will come up, batting in the 2nd spot. Batted in the 5-hole in game 1. He went 1 for 3. 1 RBI as well for him. He comes up with Jordan Westberg over at second base. Harney comes set, already working out of a struggle. First pitch is low and inside to Jordan. 1-0. The Harbor Hawks getting 14 hits. The only batter in the lineup that didn't get a hit was Trevor Hoover, who went 0 for 3 but got on base with a walk. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Rowdy Jordan. He flies it back toward the press box, foul. Evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. This wind has been a constant throughout the entire day. We saw a couple balls fly, including Kate Beloso's home run. Get some help from the wind. It's blowing directly to right field as it has been all day. Certainly helped Judd Fabian's home run. Rowdy Jordan back in the box. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Harney. Jordan flies it out over to right field. Kyler Fedko moving in. He's under it, and he'll make the play for the first out. Westbrook stays over at second.
Yeah, nice job there by Harney, forcing just a routine fly ball. And Westbrook, all I can really do is act like he was going to go to third base, hope for a bad throw over from right field, but nothing doing there. That's a big out to get there. Keeps the runner at second base.
Now it's Jared DeSantolo. Got the most hits by any single player for the Harbor Hawks in game one. Went 3 for 4. A run scored. Somehow didn't get an RBI. And he struck out once. Colby Dunlop getting the start in game one for the Braves. Harney comes set. Righty against lefty matchup. First pitch to DeSantolo is inside. Gets past the glove of Jake Campbell. And Westberg will move over to third.
Well, that undoes the good work there by Harney to keep the runner over at second base. Now, almost anything can bring in Westberg over on third base. A ground ball, a fly ball into the outfield, even another pass ball like that, Sam, will bring this runner in and tie this game up at 1.
DeSantolo looking for his first RBI of this Saturday doubleheader set. Or Friday doubleheader set, excuse me. I was right the first time. 1-0. Foul back toward the Braves dugout. 1-1. See, you know,
there's a lot of games
when you
happening.
Play a lot of games
and a lot of days.
Which day it is.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
I get it. No, it happens.
2 games today. Just gets all jumbled up. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Jared DeSantolo. Westbrook still over at third. 1-1. DeSantolo hard swing and a miss on an inside fastball from Harney. He now has him down 1-2.
Yeah, strikeout would be huge here from Sean Harney. If you're able to get that second out, that takes away a lot of the could-be run-scoring opportunities. A sac fly, a short ground ball in the outfield, anything like that would really be key here for Harney to get the strikeout.
1-2 to DeSantolo. It's outside, off-speed pitch from Harney. And that evens up the count 2-2. Close to the strike zone. Harney doesn't get the call. 2 ball, 2 strike count. 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. 1-0 lead for the Braves off the Judd Fabian leadoff. Big fly to right center. Harney set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to DeSantolo. Got him swinging. And that's a big strikeout for Sean Harney on the mound. First of the day. It's the second out of the inning.
First of the day, and it could not come at a better time. Now everyone on defense can go back to their normal lineup. Don't have to worry about that runner on third base if you're able just to make your outs and get out of the inning without sacrificing a run.
It'll be Hunter Goodman batting in the 4 spot for today's second game. Didn't appear in the first game against the Braves. First pitch, he swings at it, lifts it high to center field. Giovanni DiGiacomo under it, moving to his left side, and he will put it away for the third out. So despite a leadoff double by Jordan Westberg, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks do not get any runs home in the bottom half of the first inning. 1-0 lead for the Bourne Braves. We head to the second. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. One 1-0 lead for the Braves. It'll be Morissette, Rivoli, and Fedko due up in the top half of the second inning. And Joran, we've seen a lot of good things from Cody Morissette, picking up another RBI. That's 3 straight games with an RBI, and he has been really hot in the batter's box lately.
Yeah, lots of hits out of Cody Morissette, and this is a guy who we thought early in the season was really struggling, might stay under that 200 mark the entirety of the season. Really has turned it around in this second quarter of the season with hits almost in every single game this second quarter.
The first pitch is low on the fastball from Hughes, 1-0. Morissette's now gotten a hit in 6 of his last 7 ball games. Hughes comes set. The 1-0 pitch to Morissette is grounded right on the first base line, just goes foul. And that'll even things up 1-1.
It just goes foul, and if that ball stayed fair, would have gone into the corner over here at McKeon Park. 330 down to that right field pole, and I think it would have gone all the way there. Might have been another triple there for Morissette.
Morissette a triple 2 games ago against Harwich. The 1-1 is cut on and fouled back toward the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the Braves second baseman. Morissette has gotten his average to raise up to 231 now. Wind blowing toward right field. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hughes. It's off speed. He just misses his mark. A good take from Morissette. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, Hackenberg behind the plate trying to do his best frame job there. Just couldn't get the call. Pitch was a little too low there. Working a nice at-bat here is Morissette. 2-2 count.
Here's the 2-2. Morissette just fouls it off. A little chopper back to the back screen. Still a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Morissette, a 2-for-4 game against Harwich. Had a triple that was almost an inside-the-park home run. Harvey Shapiro ended up holding him at third base. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hughes. Morissette, little chopper back up the middle. Westberg moving towards it, and it skips into center field. Cody Morissette, another hit. He gets on first to lead off the inning.
You know, I'm not sure what it hit over by second base. It took a weird hop. Instead of bouncing straight up, it almost looked like it had side spin bounce towards second base and stayed low to the ground, got under the glove of Westberg, and Servideo had no chance of getting it. Leadoff single puts the Braves here in business, and with Brendan Rivoli looking to get only his second or third hit of the season now, Sam?
Yeah, Brendan Rivoli with only 2 hits on the season. Came in a pinch hit appearance last game. Almost got his third, but it was robbed over at first by Ian Fair in a great jumping catch. First pitch is fouled off back toward the Braves dugout. Starts Rivoli off 0-1. He gets his first start since June 30th against Hyannis.
Yeah, his average has dropped to an 0.69 mark and has 6 games going without a hit now, including the appearance in that last game.
It's another right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter matchup. Here's the 0-1 to Rivoli. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Rivoli has mostly been used toward the later part of the season as a pinch hitter. His last hit coming against Harwich on June 17th. 1-1 pitch. It sails high. Rivoli holds off. 2-1 now.
Rivoli hit a 320 back with UVA, Virginia, this past season. Has just not adjusted well into the pitching. Great pitching up here on the Cape Cod. Really equitable to a rookie league or a single-A club.
Throw back to first from Jonathan Hughes. Morissette gets back in time. Make that 7 of the past 8 games for Cody Morissette with a hit. Hughes hands meet at the letters. The 2-1 pitch to Rivoli is fouled off, I believe, his knee.
Yeah.
It actually bounced back toward Jonathan Hughes, but of course a foul ball because it hits Rivoli. It'll be a 2-2 count as he walks off that stinger.
Yeah, that hurts. And that's always going to hurt. That's not something you get used to. Certain things in sports, you do it long enough, you just kind of get used to the pain, and you start not to feel it anymore. That is almost like 90 miles an hour going straight at the kneecap. That hurts.
Rivoli seems to be okay. Has a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Morissette over at first. Nobody out in the top of the second game of today's doubleheader. This one will as well be 7 innings. Here's the 2-2. Rivoli, little ground ball over to first, fielded by Ian Fair. Throw to second, gets Morissette. The throw back to first. Rivoli beats out. He'll get on with a fielder's choice. And that's the first out of the inning.
Rivoli doing well to hustle down the line, gets on base. Could have very easily been a 3-6-3 double play, but he beats out the throw from second base. And Just a sacrifice of an out here and upsteps a big Jacob Campbell. Or excuse me, Kyler Fedko, I should say.
Fedko coming off an 0 for 3 performance against Harwich with a strikeout. Played his brother, Christian Fedko, for the first time ever. Those two brothers going to UConn together. Christian Fedko having a great year for Harwich. First pitch to Kyler Fedko is high and outside. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Kyler's first at bat actually grounded it back to Christian, his brother, at second base. 1-0 pitch is outside. 2-0 now.
And Kyler Fedko, another one of those guys struggling to just gain his footing here in this league. Good approach at here right now. 2-0 count, should get in a fastball.
Throw back to first, and Rivoli gets back in time. It'll be Jake Campbell who's due up next behind the plate for the Braves today. His first start in a week. Started the game against Falmouth last Saturday. 2-0. Just gets the outside part of the plate against Fedko. 2-ball, 1 strike count now.
And Fedko got that pitch. It was just an even better fastball from Hughes there. Paints the black on the outside corner. Can't place a pitch much better than that.
Here's the 2-1. Going is Rivoli. It's a ground ball right back up the middle. Westberg ditches second, throws to first, and gets Kyler Fedko out. Rivoli gets over to second on the hit and run. So the Braves have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs now.
Yeah, it's no small thing, too. The hit and run saving a double play. That ball hit right up the middle to Westberg. And because Rivoli was moving on the pitch, he didn't have a play at second base. So Rivoli gets to cruise into second. And now with 2 outs, Jacob Campbell has the opportunity here to put a little more cushion in between that 1-0 lead.
Campbell last played in the Wednesday game against Wareham, where he came in a pinch hit situation, went 0 for 1 with a strikeout and got hit by a pitch. And a great at-bat in one of the later innings against the Gatemen. Here's the first pitch from Hughes. Campbell, a half-hearted swing that he stops in the middle of, but he did go around 0-1. I mentioned Campbell getting his first start in a week. Last started the game against Falmouth. Has a .091 average. He's 1 for his first 11 on the season. 5 strikeouts. 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. Hughes looks back at Rivoli at second. The 0-1 pitch just gets the inside corner on the off-speed. And Campbell's behind 0-2.
Yeah, and it's a problem when you fall behind that quickly. Because when you're down 0-2, your approach isn't necessarily, well, I'm going to get a hit right now. Your approach at the plate becomes, well, what do I do to not strike out? And you take a real defensive stance, you usually choke up on the bat a little bit more, shorten up the swing, try and just put something in play.
Hughes looks back at second. The 0-2 delivery is high. Campbell lays off. 1-ball, 2 strike count. Campbell, the rising sophomore out of Illinois, was a 36th round pick by the Cubs in 2018. From Wisconsin originally. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Campbell just gets a bat on it and fouls it back toward the backstop.
Yeah, just missed that pitch. Did well to sit on the breaking ball there from Hughes. And whenever you foul a pitch just like that, straight back in the screen, that means you just got under it just a little bit. Here, 1-2. Let's see if Campbell in that at-bat, like Wareham, worked out a real nice at-bat, ended up getting hit by a pitch. See if he could do the same here.
1-0 lead for the Braves. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Jonathan Hughes, the 1-2 delivery on Jake Campbell. He flies out to right center field. Rowdy Jordan moving in on it, and he will make the play. Had to cover a wide range in right center, but he makes the play as the ball hangs up just in time. Campbell is gone on the fly out, and the Braves still have a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the second. You're watching Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Baseball Network. 5, 6, 7 batters due up for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Still a 1-0 lead for the Bourne Braves. Sean Harney still on the mound to work this bottom of the second inning. It'll be Edward Julian, Ian Fair, and Rigsby Mosley due up in the bottom half of the second.
And this is real important here for Sean Harney. Try and go as deep as he can in this game. If he's able to give the Braves about 3 or 4 innings of strong baseball and then turn it over to the bullpen, who besides that last game has been shut down the entire season, even with a 1-0 lead, you feel pretty confident about your chances.
Edward Julian went 1 for 4, a run scored, and an RBI with a strikeout in the first game. First pitch he sees from Harney, fouls it off on the third base side out of play. Starts him off 0-1. The Braves got 3 innings out of Colby Dunlop in game 1. He allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks. His first 2 walks suffered on the season, and 4 strikeouts. Jared Poland came in relief, and he actually picked up the loss. 1 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, and 3 earned runs on his side. Blake Burzell was the only Braves pitcher to throw scoreless baseball. He went 1 1/3. The 0-1 pitch is underneath Cade Beloso's glove at first base from Edward Julian. Skips into right field for a leadoff single.
Well, yeah, make that 2 for 2 now in terms of leadoff men getting on base. All the leadoff runners came to score in that last game, and this has been a problem for this Braves team the last few games, really, ever since that Katuitt game earlier in the week. A lot of leadoff people have been getting on base, and in the last game, Hyannis made the Braves pay for it.
Julian gets on with a single. Brooks Carlson will come up. Pinch hitting already for Ian Fair. Ian Fair didn't even have an at-bat, so Carlson comes up with a runner over at first. Harney comes set. The first pitch to Carlson is grounded over to Xavier Warren at third. Picks it up, throw it to first, and he is out. Edward Julian gets over to second. That's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and it looks like Ian Fair is just walking around the outside of the dugout. You'd have to imagine being pinch hit earlier in the game, there's something health-wise going on with him, whether he feels sick, whether something is tweaked, I don't know. But Carlson gets in early, and that's a big bat that I think the Harbor Hawks are going to miss in this game.
Rigsby Mosley comes up. Carlson on the season for Hyannis, only batting 161. So it looks like he'll be coming in to take over for Ian Fair over at first. Here's Mosley. First pitch from Harney is a fastball outside for a ball, 1-0. Mosley had a big game in the first game, 2 for 3. A run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside. It's now a 2-0 count on Rigsby Mosley. Glowenke over at short, keeping an eye on Edward Julian. Got on with a leadoff single. 5 of the 6 innings that Hyannis was batting, they led off with a runner on base. The 2-0 is outside. That's 3 straight balls for Sean Harney. It's a 3-0 count on Mosley.
Yeah, and first base is open here, so a walk really isn't the end of the world necessarily for Harney. If you're able to go out, get a ground ball the next batter, turn a double play, you can get out of it. No harm, no foul. But a walk on 4 pitches is not exactly what you want to see out of your starter.
Here's the 3-0 count. It's outside, a 4-pitch walk to Rigsby Mosley. He gets on. It's now runners on first and second with Anthony Servideo coming up. The Braves in game 1. Certainly, the walks weren't helping them. 3 walks suffered in that game. And now Servideo comes up with a great chance. Runners on first and second. 1 out in the top or the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, the wind really blowing right now here at McKeon Park. Almost similar to Coors Field, where if you could just get that ball in the air, the wind is absolutely going to take it, especially into right field here, helping out that home run we saw earlier from Judd Fabian.
First pitch to Servideo outside. A good frame job by Jake Campbell. Couldn't get the call. 1-0. Servideo in game 1, a 2 for 3 day for him. 1 strikeout. He's looking to build upon that successful first game of today's doubleheader. The two bottom teams in the West matching up against each other. The 1-0 pitch from Harney. Servideo watches off speed right down the middle for a strike.
And that's a great pitch there from Harney. Breaking ball that curves right into the zone, right at the knees, too. A lot of times, if you're going to hang that breaking ball, that's where you're going to want the pitch to go, right at the knees, because if you hang it, it's going to be low instead of being up around the belt.
1-1 pitch, low and outside. It's now 2-1. Julian at second, Mosley at first. Wind has just been a constant factor all day, and I'm surprised that it's been blowing the same direction the entire game for both game one and what we played of game two. Here's the 2-1 pitch on Servideo outside, and Harney having location issues, now 3-1.
Yeah, to walk the bases loaded here in the bottom of the second inning, it's going to be tough for him to get out of. Still only a ground ball away, even in this situation right now. That's the great equalizer, if you will, the double play ball.
Harney steps off the mound, really looking for a big double play to end this inning. 1-0 lead for the Braves.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sam, you have to imagine that the wind is playing a part in his pitching, because the wind breaking, how briskly it's moving right now, the breaking pitch is not going to move the same.
3-1 on Servideo. He flies it out to left field. Brendan Rivoli moves inside. He's under it, and he makes the play for a big out number 2. Servideo hit it opposite field, hung up too long, and Rivoli made a routine play for the second out. Still runners on first and second, and Adam Hackenberg makes his first appearance of the day.
Yeah, that's a big out right there. Like you mentioned, Sam, keeps everybody at first and second, doesn't move anybody into scoring position here. Just have to guard against the wild pitch and go after the number 9 hitter in this lineup, Adam Hackenberg.
Hackenberg, a rising sophomore from Clemson, .250 average in 9 games played, 7 for 28 with a homer and 2 RBIs. First pitch from Harney is down the middle for a strike.
And Harney needs to fill up the strike zone here, especially after walking 1, falling down 3-1. It's be really important here for his command and for this at-bat, this approach to fill up the strike zone.
Clouds cover the sky above McKeon Park. We saw mostly sunny skies as Harney steps off the mound in game 1, and the overcast climate has appeared in game 2. Temperatures really cooling off as well. Harney comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hackenberg. It's a fastball that he takes to right field, right center field. DiGiacomo is moving back right before the wall. He leaps up. It's a home run for Adam Hackenberg, and Hyannis takes a 3-1 lead.
Well, the wind helped Judge Fabian on that home run, and I think the wind just carried that one over the fence. It looked off the bat to be a routine fly ball to Giovanni DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo leaping up on the wall, just couldn't get it, and just like that, the Harbor Hawks 3-1 leaders, over the Bourne Braves, and it's almost just hard to believe here, Sam.
Well, off the bat, it's just like Judd Fabian's home run, just looked like it was going to be a fly out. DiGiacomo thought so too. Chased him back to the wall. He tried to leap up and couldn't get it. So back to the top of the lineup, Jordan Westberg will foul off the first pitch. He is 1 for 1 with a leadoff double to begin this game. And once again, Hyannis leads off with a runner on base thanks to Edouard Julian's single, and he comes around to score as well as Mosley, as Hackenberg hits his second homer of the year, make that 5 RBIs for him. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Westberg. It's outside, 1-1.
And you certainly don't want to call this yet, but this just seems one of those cases that in sports, certain teams just have other certain teams' numbers, no matter what the records are, that just they play to a certain level against them, and that seems the way with Hyannis and Bourne here.
1-1. Outside. He did go around as Westberg tried to hold up his swing, appealed to the first base umpire, and he did go around for a strike. 1-2. Half of Hyannis' wins this season. They have 4 wins, 2 of them coming against the Braves. They have a 2-5-1 record in the West Division. Braves with a 2-5 record. Harney into the windup. Here's the 1-2 on Westberg. He flies it out toward the seats on the first base side, out of play. We'll do it again, 1-2.
Yeah, 2 wins in the West, and both of them coming against the Bravos.
Hyannis on the other end, 1-9 in the East Division. Appears as though that Eastern Division a lot tougher than the teams in the West. Opposite from what it was last year. Here's the 1-2 pitch on Westberg, high and tight. Now 2-2.
And Harney has to do well here. Just get out of the inning. Stop the bleeding where it's at. Don't want to give the Harbor Hawks any more momentum than they need.
Here's the 2-2 pitch from the right-hander Harney. It's a fastball high and outside that chases Jake Campbell out of his position. 3-ball and 2-strike count now on Westberg.
Westberg, we know, has the power. Almost had a leadoff home run his own back in that first inning as the wind now coming in. Fly ball to shallow center field might just carry out.
The payoff from Harney is outside, and he walks Jordan Westberg. A 2-out walk, and the second walk of the ball game surrendered by Harney. That brings up Rowdy Jordan, who flew out in his first place. And we'll have a mound visit from pitching coach Ace Adams. Nobody going in the bullpen for the Braves.
Yeah, too early, I think, to get an arm going unless Rowdy goes deep on this pitch. But starting pitching, the pitching just in general, uncharacteristically struggling here with this Harbor Hawks team who, well, they don't necessarily have the worst offense, not known for their offense.
Hyannis, the first time these two met up, it was a 4-2 victory for the Harbor Hawks. They put 3 runs in the bottom of the second, much like tonight. And that was a full 9-inning game. This one only being a 7-inning game, as it's the second game of a doubleheader. Ace Adams heads back to the dugout, leaves Harney alone on the mound to take care of Rowdy Jordan, who's 0 for 1. It's Jordan Westberg on first. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter matchup. Wind continuing to blow toward right field. First pitch for Harney. Jordan swings at a ground ball right over to Glowenke. He'll decide to throw it to first, and it's in time to get Rowdy Jordan. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks put a 3 spot in the bottom of the second thanks to a 3-run home run by Adam Hackenberg to right center field. They lead it 3-1. We head to the top half of the third. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Hyannis takes a 3-1 lead over the Bourne Braves as we enter the top of the third inning. It'll be Giovanni DiGiacomo, the 9-hitter, and then back up to the top with Judd Fabian and Xavier Warren due up in this top half of the third, and they face a deficit for the first time here in game number 2.
Yeah, and so already the Braves after base runners here. Giovanni DiGiacomo, more of a contact hitter. Let's see if he can work something out here. Go deep into this count here with Jonathan Hughes up on the mound. Get a first base, a leadoff base runner for Judd Fabian, who's already homered in this game.
DiGiacomo did not play in game number 1. Has a .214 average this season. Squares around a bunt and pulls it back. Watches ball 1 low.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Squares up to bunt on the first pitch. Now he's revealed his hands, and the third baseman, Julian, playing Look at that, Sam. Looks like 3 or 4 steps up on the infield grass.
Yeah, he's playing shallow. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Giacomo does not square around a bunt. It's a grounder over to first and picked up by the second baseman, Servideo, and that will allow Giacomo to get on. It was skipped up into the glove of Brooks Carlson. He had trouble fielding it. Skipped over to Anthony Video, and Giacomo is on with the third hit for the Braves.
Yeah, we'll wait to see whether it's scored as an error or a hit. It actually goes in the book as a hit, so Giacomo gets the infield single off of what was most probably an error by the first baseman. Carlson couldn't field it cleanly, but Giacomo will get credit for the hits, and the Braves here in business, like I said, with leadoff base runner.
Now back to the top with Judd Fabian, who hit a leadoff home run in his first plate appearance. First pitch he sees is an off-speed that lands in the zone from Jonathan Hughes. 0-1 count. Fabian took a 1-1 pitch opposite field to right center field, and it carried with the wind for the Braves' first and only run of the game so far. 0-1 is looked at yet again on a breaking ball, now 0-2.
And we have winds right now in excess of 20 miles an hour right now in McKeon Park. So the wind definitely playing a part in the game. Fly balls anywhere is going to be affected.
Throw back to first. Giacomo slides back safely. Giacomo picking up his 4th hit of the summer so far. He went 1 for 3 with a strikeout against Harwich last night. Fabian back in the box. The 0-2 delivery from Hughes is a fastball outside. Fabian check swing. He did not go around. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on the Braves' designated hitter.
And Fabian here falling behind 1-2. Has to go into that defensive mode. Showing up the swing. Try and get something in play here. This is a great double play count, for Hughes.
Throw back to first. Giacomo back in time. Had 6 stolen bases for LSU, the rising sophomore. Played in 56 games. Hughes comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Fabian. It's outside. Raises Hackenberg out of his squad. 2-ball and 2-strike count now.
Yeah, that's an important pitch there for Fabian to take because now at 2-2, Hughes definitely doesn't want to get into a 3-2 situation, so I think likely to see fastball here on this 2-2 count.
2-2. Giacomo goes. Fabian sends one to right center field. Mosley running towards it. That ball skips off the wall. Giacomo is moving to third. He gets the hold sign from Harvey Shapiro. Fabian gets into second. It's a double for Judd Fabian, and the Braves have runners on second and third.
And I hate to speculate, Sam, but that's the second time in 2 games that we've seen Harvey Shapiro put the hold sign off of a relay throw coming from shallow right field. Anthony Servideo there, the cutoff man, was receiving the ball when Shapiro puts on the brakes, keeping Giacomo over at third base. And that's just take an incredible throw to throw out a runner at home from shallow right field and have to be on the money and with a lot of velocity as well. And I'm not sure if that's something that Servideo has, but a great double. Braves in business here with nobody out.
Xavier Warren stepping up. We saw Harvey Shapiro hold Cody Morissette last night at third base after he got a triple that was could have been turned into an inside the park home run. First pitch to Xavier Warren is outside. The Braves' third baseman is 0 for 1 with a grounder to second in his first plate appearance. Comes up in a big situation. The team leader in RBIs has runners at second and third.
And I'm also sure that Harvey Shapiro would say if he was here right now, he'd say, yeah, we have nobody out. We're not going to run ourselves into an out.
1-0. Xavier Warren watches a fastball inside. Turned his body towards it. Now a 2-0 count. Giacomo at third. Judd Fabian at second. What a day for Fabian in this game number 2. Already 2 for 2 with a homer and a double. The 2-0 to Xavier Warren just gets the inside part of the plate. Make that a 2-ball, 1-strike count now.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch there for Warren to take. Looked like it missed below the knees, but he gets the benefit of the call here. Still in control here, 2-1. See, maybe I think we're going to get a little off-speed pitch here from Hughes on this 2-1 count.
Warren with 11 RBIs on the season. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's off-speed and right in the middle of the zone, crossing the midsection of Xavier Warren. Now a 2-2 count. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. 3-1 lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the top of inning number 3. Warren, the number 2 batter today. He led off last night's game against Harwich. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, he gets a bat on it and fouls it toward the Harbor Hawks dugout.
And Warren did a real nice job there, not ready for that off-speed pitch. Even though he got it, and he really almost restarted his swing. He was going forward with that front foot stop and just kind of swung the bat there all arms, just try and foul it off and see another pitch.
Warren, a team leading 11 RBIs. Next closest is Cody Morissette with 5. In about 2 weeks, we would not have bet we would have been saying that. Here's the 2-2 on Warren. It's outside, falls out of the zone, and now the count runs full, 3-2.
And first base is open, but you do not want to have the bases loaded with Cade Beloso coming up. Homered in the last game, a lefty, especially with the wind blowing out into right field. If he gets under one, we could be talking about a grand slam there, Sam.
Warren back into the box, swings the bat a few times. Hughes comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Xavier Warren to center field. That ball will get down. In comes DiGiacomo. Fabian being waved around. The Braves tie it 3-3. It's a 2 RBI single for Xavier Warren.
And Xavier Warren has really been swinging the bat well recently. That game against Harwich just last night, a home run, a double in that one, and now 2 RBIs, ties this game up at 3 and calms the nerves of Sean Harney, the pitcher.
A mound visit with Jonathan Hughes and manager Chad Gassman. Comes onto the mound after suffering a 2 RBI single to Xavier Warren to tie this ball game back up at 3. Game 1 was certainly filled with some back and forth action, and that will be it for Jonathan Hughes. He'll come out of this game without recording an out in the top of the 3rd. It'll be a new pitcher for the Harbor Hawks. We'll take a quick break. It's 3-3 here in the top of the 2nd inning. You're watching Braves, or top of the 3rd inning. You're watching Braves baseball on YouTube. Jonathan Hughes' first start in the Cape Cod Baseball League does not go as expected. He only goes 2 innings, allowing 5 hits, 3 earned runs, including the leadoff home run to Judd Fabian. No walks and no strikeouts. And Jordan, they turn to Connor Ash, the righty.
Yeah, Connor Ash out of Missouri has been the workhorse for this Harbor Hawk bullpen. 0-1 on the year with a 5.78 ERA. This is his 6th appearance. He's thrown 14 innings, 23 strikeouts. Last pitched on July 2nd to Orleans. Actually got the loss decision in that one, giving up 6 earned runs in that start, only pitching 3 innings. So looking for a little bit of redemption out of getting shelled last time against the Firebirds.
He'll face one of the hottest batters in this lineup in Cade Beloso, who singled in the 1st inning. Xavier Warren over at first after clearing the bases with a single, getting 2 RBIs home there in a 3-3 baseball game. Throwback to first. Xavier Warren is back in time. Beloso homered in game number 1. His first home run on the season. Braves with home runs in 3 straight games, really picking up the power numbers. First pitch from Ash to Beloso is a breaking ball that just lands in the zone. Starts off the Braves' first baseman, 0-1.
And Beloso here. Nobody else. Just want to stay away from the double play ball. The inning getting hit on the reset button here with this pitch and change.
Wind continues to blow straight toward right field. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt. Adam Hackenberg stops it with the chest protector. Warren back to first. He does not advance. It's still now a 1-1 count on Beloso.
And it's a nice job there by Hackenberg, keeping that ball in front and keeping the speedy Warren over there at first base.
In 2019, Connor Ash had 23 appearances for LSU. University of Missouri. 2 starts, went 2-2 with a 4.19 ERA. The 1-1 pitch on Beloso is a fastball that just catches the inside corner. 1-2 count now.
That was a good pitch there. Speedy fastball there. You have to imagine lower to mid-90s there on the radar gun, right at the knees. If you're Beloso, there's not a ton you could do with that pitch.
A fastball for Connor Ash, topping out at 93 miles an hour. Throw back to first. Warren back in time. Also has a changeup, curveball, and slider. That slider dips down to 79. The curveball down to 75.
And 1-2 pitch, I'd expect to see this off speed, see what he's got down low in the dirt.
He goes fastball down the middle, just a little high to Cade Beloso. A good take, 2-2.
Yeah, and there, Ash missed his spot there pretty badly. The catcher, Hackenberg, was setting his glove up near the shins of Cade Beloso, or at least at that level, and that pitch missed up near the numbers.
Ash stares down Hackenberg, the catcher. Now comes set, hands meet at the belt. The 2-2 delivery on Beloso. Fastball in the dirt, and Beloso is caught swinging for the first out of the inning. First strikeout for Connor Ash. First one of the night against the Braves lineup, and Beloso, a rare strikeout, sits him down.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there from Ash. He finally did go off speed in the dirt, and Beloso went around on it. Now that brings up Jimmy Glowenke, who has been struggling a little bit as of late, coming off that double play ball in the first inning.
He's 0-1. Facing Ash for the first time, righty on righty. First pitch is a fastball that's low. 1-0. Glowenke in the first game, 0-2 with a walk. His average down to 241 right now. 1-0. Outside, bounces in the dirt. Hackenberg picks it up. 2-ball, no strike count.
Yeah, Jimmy Glowenke last week, had as many as a 4-game hit streak. Really seemed to be that consistent bat of this Braves lineup. Really has just struggled in this past 7 days, only getting a couple hits.
3-3 tie in the top of the second inning. The 2-0 is grounded right back up the middle underneath the glove of Jordan Westberg and into center field. Jimmy Glowenke has his first hit on the day so far. It's a 1-out single, and Xavier Warren gets to second.
Yeah, a little lucky there by Jimmy Glowenke. Could have easily been a double play ball. Just skipped under the glove of Westberg over there at short. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and now a hot bat, and Cody Morissette gets a chance here.
Morissette comes up, now has a 4-game hitting streak, as he got a single in the second inning. Was thrown out on the fielder's choice by Brendan Rivoli. Comes up with runners on first and second. First pitch to Morissette. He swings at and flies in foul territory. Should be playable for Julian. He gets called off by Jordan Westberg, the shortstop, who makes a great jumping catch in foul territory for the second out.
That's a big out there. Keeps everybody stationed at first and second. Now the double play ball obviously is for naught, but instead of runners at second and third, it'll take a gapper here by Brendan Rivoli to score Glowenke over from first.
Rivoli looking for that clutch moment he's been waiting for all season. Runners at first and second. He's 0-1, a fielder's choice in the second inning. Xavier Warren on second. Jimmy Glowenke at first. Here's the first pitch to Rivoli. It's low, blocked by Hackenberg for a ball. 1-0.
And Rivoli's average dropping by the at-bat. Be really nice to see him just get a little bit of confidence out there, because I feel like that's really all he's missing, Sam.
He's been struggling so far during his summer. 0-1 from Connor Ash is a high strike that Rivoli bites at. Swings at the 1-0 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike count now. Lights coming on here at McKeon Park in Hyannis. Still cloudy, still windy. Rivoli back into the box. Here's the 1-1. Rivoli swings at it and sends it to right center. Moving to his left is Rowdy Jordan. He's under it, and he will make the play. But the Braves get 2 runs back in the top of the 3rd inning on the 2 RBI single by Xavier Warren, and they tie it up at 3. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Urgent care is now available at 4 Cape Cod Healthcare locations: Hyannis, Falmouth, Sandwich, and Harwich. Open after hours and weekends. Staffed by ER physicians. Expert care when you need it. Learn more at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Starting it off will be Jared DeSantolo for Hyannis. Hunter Goodman and Edouard Julian due up in this inning as well. It'll be 3-4-5 facing Sean Harney. First pitch to DeSantolo is inside. Backs his hands out of it. 1-0. DeSantolo 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging in the first inning. The only strikeout by Sean Harney during his start so far. 1-0. DeSantolo rocks to right center field. DiGiacomo moving back. That ball is out of here. DeSantolo leads off the bottom of the 3rd with a solo shot to center. 4-3. Harbor Hawks lead it.
1-0 fastball from Sean Harney, and DeSantolo did not miss that pitch at all. Hits it to the deepest part of the park, dead center field. DiGiacomo, all he could do is really run back to the fence and look up at it. Lands a few feet behind the fence, and just like that, it's been back and forth all day. The Harbor Hawks retake their lead.
Hunter Goodman now up for DeSantolo. That's his first home run in the Cape Cod League. First pitch to Hunter Goodman is inside, 1-0. And Hyannis takes the lead yet again. All 4 of their runs have come from home runs. A 3-run shot by Adam Hackenberg in the second. And that solo shot by DeSantolo. Goodman swings at the 1-0 and fouls it off. A 1-1 count now.
It's so demoralizing as a team to go behind and then scratch and claw your way back to go tie the game, just to give up a home run like that, especially on the first batter. It just really takes all the wind out of your sails.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Sean Harney to Goodman, and Goodman will fly it out over toward the fans in foul territory. He's now down 1-2. The Braves were down 3-0 or 2-0 in game number 1 when they took a 3-2 lead, and then Hyannis came back in the very next inning. 1-2 to Hunter Goodman is swung on and missed for strike 3. The second strikeout for Sean Harney, and a big at-bat for him to come back after suffering the home run.
Yeah, it's a good get-back at-bat there compared to the last time he gave the 3-run home run to Hackenberg, came back and walked the next batter. This time gets a strikeout on 4 pitches, and now has to hopefully resettle the nerves here in what is likely going to be his last inning of work here.
Few arms warming up in the Braves bullpen. I believe Kerry Wright is one of them out of Louisville. 7 hits for the Braves, 4 for Hyannis. And here's Edouard Julien. First pitch is inside from Harney, 1-0. He had a single in the second inning and came around to score on the home run from Hackenberg. Harney comes set, now starts the windup. Here's the 1-0 on Julien, and Julien flies one out to left center field. Rivoli is moving back. He's at the track. He'll make the play right in front of the wall for out number 2.
Scary moment there. It could have very easily been almost back-to-back home runs if you take away that strikeout in between. I think the wind actually might have just saved a Braves run there, going against the wind out in left field. Rivoli, the left fielder, going back, making the catch at the warning track. If there's no wind, that ball might have gone out of here, Sam.
A close play. Rivoli makes the out. 2 outs, nobody on, and Brooks Carlson comes up. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to him is a fastball from Harney down the middle for a strike. Carlson didn't start this game. Ian Fair started at first, but before Fair had an at-bat, Carlson came in. Still wondering what happened to Ian Fair. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Carlson. It falls low from Harney, 1-1.
Hope everything's okay with Fair. You'd have to imagine they weren't doing that tactically. You imagine it would have to be something health-related. So, of course, all the best wishes go out to him.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Carlson. Just a little low. A good frame job by Jake Campbell behind the plate. Not enough. 2-1.
Yeah, that pitch just missing a little too low there for Campbell to try and bring up right back up to the knees. Cross the plate in the middle of Carlson's shins there.
Here's the next pitch from Harney. Another ball that falls low. It's now 3-1.
Yeah, same location. So Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, doing a nice job staying consistent. But now Harney falling behind here in this count 3-1.
Harney comes set. Starts the windup. Here's the 3-1 delivery. And Carlson gets a bat on it. Fouls it back toward the brick backstop here at McKeon Park. The count will now run full 3-2. Nobody on. Bottom of the third inning. 1 run already across the plate in the solo shot to lead it off by Jared DeSantolo. 4-3 lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Harney stares down Campbell. Now the payoff pitch on Carlson. Just falls low on the off speed, and Carlson's on with a 2-out walk.
And the walks are never good, but especially with 2 outs, gives the Harbor Hawks some new life in this inning, especially when Carlson had 2 strikes on him. Now Rigsby Mosley comes in, already has a run scored in this game.
3 walks by Sean Harney on the mound. Mosley comes in. He walked in the second inning. Came around to score on the home run by Hackenberg. Carlson over at first. First pitch to Mosley is in the zone. Starts him off with a strike, 0-1.
And if Carlson has the speed, Sam, I would not be surprised if we see him moving the wheels over at first base. We've seen teams try and take advantage of Jake Campbell earlier this season.
Harney comes set, hands me at the belt. Here's the 0-1. Carlson still over at first. The 0-1 is outside. He goes late. The throw over to second is not in time. Well, as the ball was crossing the plate, Carlson looked like he wasn't going to steal and then took off. It's another stolen base allowed by Jake Campbell. And Hyannis puts a runner in scoring position, a 1-1 count on Mosley.
Yeah, almost right on cue, huh, Sam? Delayed steal there from Carlson, taking advantage of Campbell. He fell asleep behind the plate. He got too routine, and Carlson didn't even really steal when the pitch crossed the plate. It was right as Campbell was catching it is when he decided to go, thinking he would have noticed. Nobody communicated that he was going until it was too late, and now a base hit could bring in Carlson.
For Mosley, that's only his second stolen base of the summer. Here's the 1-1 pitch, Carlson. He flies it. Mosley flies it over in left center field. Moving in is Rivoli. He'll slide and make the play. Brendan Rivoli maintains sight of the ball and slides in shallow center field to make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. But 1 run comes across the plate for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. It's a solo shot by Jared DeSantolo. Puts Hyannis back on top. 4-3. We head to the top of the 4th. You're watching Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Baseball Network. Bottom three of the lineup due up for the Braves, 7, 8, 9. Kyler Fedko will lead it off, and the Braves find themselves in another deficit. They're down 4-3 after suffering a solo home run by Jared DeSantolo in the bottom of the third. 4-3 lead for Hyannis. Kyler Fedko steps into the box. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to short in the second inning. Connor Ash still on the mound in the windup. Now the pitch. And Fedko swings at the first one and fouls it off in foul territory. I'll start him off 0-1.
And Fedko is in need of a base hit just for his confidence here. Fedko is able to get on base. It's been a back and forth game. We've seen 3 consecutive happenings with runs, Sam.
0-1 pitch to Fedko. He takes to right field. Mosley is moving back. That ball hits the wall. Kyler Fedko rounding first. He's headed for second. He slides into second base. It's a leadoff double for Kyler Fedko. That's the big hit he's been waiting for quite a while.
Yeah, he definitely got his pitch there. Fastball. I took it to the other side. The wind almost carried it out of the park, just not tall enough. Some high fences here at McKeon Park. If we were playing at Doran, Sam, that would have been a home run. It would have definitely carried over the short fence in the outfield, but around the 6.5-foot fences here at McKeon keeps this one in play. But Fedko and the Braves in business here. Runner in scoring position with nobody out.
For Fedko, that's his 5th hit of the season. Second double for him. And in steps Jake Campbell. Campbell flew out to center in the second. Comes up with a runner in scoring position. Ash comes set. Here's the first pitch to Campbell. Bounces underneath. It's a called ball and gets behind Hackenberg. Back to the backstop. Kyler Fedko moves to third. And the potential tying run is now 90 feet away. A 1-0 count on Campbell.
A wild pitch there in the dirt from Connor Ash. And he helps the Braves out there, throwing that one in the dirt. Squirts right behind the catcher, Hackenberg. And now almost anything can bring in Kyler Fedko over there from third base.
Nobody out in the top of the fourth. 4-3 lead for the Harbor Hawks. Grabbed a win against Bourne in the first game of tonight's doubleheader. 6-4 win. Ash hands me to the belt. The 1-0 pitch to Campbell is hit right back up the middle. In comes Kyler Fedko. The Braves tie it back up with an RBI single by Jake Campbell.
Back and forth, it swings. The past 2 games have been unbelievable to watch. 4-4 our score, and that might be the end of Connor Ash's day. There is an arm warming right now in the bullpen, and they're going to have a mound visit. But Jacob Campbell, how about that? Gets a big base hit and a big RBI.
His first RBI of the season. Make that now 2 for 13 for him on the batting side of things. Connor Ash with a mound visit. It'll be Campbell at first. Giovanni DiGiacomo, who singled in the third. Now coming up for his second plate appearance. It looks like Connor Ash, yes, he will be staying on the mound. Ash coming on in relief in the third inning after Jonathan Hughes went 2, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs. And Ash giving up his first run of the ball game on the RBI single from Jake Campbell. So that now brings up to Giacomo. 1 for 1 day so far. Didn't play in game 1. Gets the start in game 2. He's been really off and on in the outfield. Squares around bunt on the first pitch. Pulls it back and watches ball 1 fall in the dirt from Connor Ash. 1-0.
Yeah, still nobody out here for DiGiacomo, so a good opportunity here to lay a bunt. And now the third baseman, Julian, playing even closer. This is crazy, Sam. Look, he's almost level with the pitcher's mound.
Oh, he is extremely close. Now takes a few steps back. He did the same thing when DiGiacomo faked the bunt in his first at-bat. The 1-0 is high, crossing a little above the letters and inside to DiGiacomo. 2-0. DiGiacomo also squared around a bunt in his first at-bat on the first pitch. Pulled it back and singled on the very next pitch. Here's the 2-0. DiGiacomo, a hard swinging strike from Connor Ash. He shows that tough fastball ranging from 90 to 93 miles per hour. Gets DiGiacomo to swing at it. 2-1. Nobody out still in the top of the fourth inning. Throw back to first to try and snag Campbell. He slides back in time. A close play at first. Connor Ash letting Campbell know that he's aware of what he's doing.
Yeah, that play looks a lot closer. I think it was a lot closer than it actually might have appeared there. Campbell did well to get back, and DeGiacomo here has to stay away from the double play ball.
Here's the 2-1. DeGiacomo watches it high above the letters. 3-1 now. A great hitter's count for DeGiacomo, the center fielder. He's seen 2 home runs go over his head for Hyannis today so far in game 2. Ash comes set, hands meet at the belt. Here's the 3-1 pitch on DeGiacomo, a swinging strike on a fastball that was outside. And the count now runs full, 3-2.
And DeGiacomo saw extra bases when he saw that pitch. A fastball up on 3-1. Got what he was looking for, just could not catch up. And now down 3-2 here. See what we're going to have is going to be Ash's best pitch.
Here's the payoff from Connor Ash. Got him swinging. DeGiacomo goes down for the first strikeout thrown by Connor Ash in tonight's ball game. It's the first out of the inning.
And DeGiacomo goes down after being up big in that count, but Judge Fabian coming up, and he's got to have all the confidence in the world. A home run and a double, Sam.
Check that second strikeout. Cade Beloso also struck out in the third. And it's Judd Fabian. Home run and a double so far. He's come around to score both times. First pitch is an off-speed high from Ash, 1-0. Fabian knocking his first home run of the season opposite field. The leadoff batter put the Braves on the board 1-0. 4-4 game right now. Here's the 1-0 on Fabian, off speed, and gets right in the zone for a strike, 1-1.
I think Hackenberg behind the dish really guided that pitch into the zone with his hand. The way he caught it, I think, had an influence on the strike call here. And Fabian now at a 1-1 count.
Here's the 1-1 from Connor Ash. It's a fastball just catching the zone on the low inside corner. Fabian now down 1-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch there. Down and in, right at the knees. Fabian, the most he could do with that is hit a hard ground ball down to the third base line. Perfect double play ball from Ash. It's a good take there, I think, from Fabian.
Jake Campbell over at first, 1 out in the inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Judd Fabian outside. A breaking ball that Connor Ash did not place well. Adam Hackenberg gets out of his position to save it. It's now 2-2. Fabian, the designated hitter, typically plays center field. He gets the night off in the field. Now the 2-2 pitch from Connor Ash outside and gets away from Hackenberg this time. Jake Campbell will run over to second. He is now in scoring position with 1 out. The double play possibility is over, and it's a 3-2 count on Fabian.
Yeah, it's a big pass ball there because of what you mentioned, Sam, that the ball gets away from Hackenberg and ends the double play opportunity.
Fabian back in the box. Here's the payoff pitch from Connor Ash. It's a fastball. Fabian lines it over to left field, and it gets over to Hunter Goodman, the left fielder. Jake Campbell will stop at third. Fabian stops at first. That's now his third hit of the ball game, and he's a triple shy of the cycle.
Yeah, just like the guy who was in the leadoff spot yesterday, who's walking into the batter's box right now, Xavier Warren, in that game against Harwich, just a triple short of the cycle. Now Warren has the opportunity to add on to his 2 RBIs in this game with another base hit here.
13 RBIs for Xavier Warren on the season. A big 2 RBI single in the last inning that had tied the game up. The Braves tying the game up yet again in this inning, 4-4. Here's the first pitch from Connor Ash. It's off speed, just missing the zone, a little inside to Xavier Warren, 1-0. Over at first, it's Fabian. At third, it's Jake Campbell.
And that pitch looked to be in the zone there. Hackenberg dropped it. And it's one of those as an umpire where if the catcher catches that and makes it look real good like Hackenberg does, it's probably called a strike.
Ash comes set. The 1-0 delivery is off speed. That one gets in the zone. And it looked identical. This time Hackenberg caught it. It's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. It was the same exact pitch there from Connor Ash right at the knees. This time Hackenberg hangs on to it. What could have been a 0-2 count now stays at 1-1.
Warren back in the box, batting from the left side. The switch hitter has homered from both sides of the plates this season. The 1-1 from Connor Ash. Xavier Warren right back up the middle. It can't be stopped by Servideo. In comes Jake Campbell. The Braves take a 5-4 lead. It's a 3 RBI day for Xavier Warren.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there from Xavier Warren, taking that fastball right where it's thrown, right up the middle. Servideo probably could have played that a little bit better. Did the old Olay defense on that one. Let it go right by him, try to pick at it with the glove instead of trying to get in front of it. It skips by him, and the Braves retake the lead.
Cade Beloso now coming up. He singled in the first, struck out in the third. Will face Connor Ash for the second time. Runners on first and second. Fabian at second, Warren at first. The first pitch to Cade Beloso is outside, 1-0. Braves scored 1 in the top of the first on the Judd Fabian home run, 2 in the top of the third on Xavier Warren's 2 RBI single, and now 2 in the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 to Cade Beloso is low, 2-0 now.
There's another pitch there, drops by Hackenberg. It is the name of the position and really implies what you're supposed to do. Catcher. It's catch the ball, pitch right at the knees. Looked like it could have been a strike instead of being 1-1, 2-0. That's a huge difference.
2-0. Beloso watches a fastball down the middle for a strike. In this inning, it was an RBI single from Jake Campbell and an RBI single from Xavier Warren.
Yeah, same pitch there from the pitcher Ash. This time Hackenberg catches the ball, and now instead of it being a 1-2 count, it's 2-1, and Beloso here is still likely to get fastball.
Ash turns back and looks towards second. Judd Fabian over there. Now the 2-1 delivery is a swinging strike from Cade Beloso, 2-2. One hand came off the bat in that swing from Beloso. Mentioned he's already struck out today against Connor Ash. Now finds himself in a hole, 2-2.
Yeah, he did. He got that fastball on the 2-1 right above the belt. I'm sure his eyes got huge, really licking his chops there with that pitch. Just missed it, a little under, a little behind it now here, 2-2. Probably going to get off speed.
Connor Ash looks towards second. Now the 2-2 is off speed, and Beloso ropes it down the right field line, just slicing foul. Now that ball had extra bases written all over it. Just a few feet foul for Beloso, and we'll do it again, 2-2.
And with the speed on the base pass, probably would have scored both Judd Fabian from second and Xavier Warren all the way from first base. But now Beloso just fouling off that pitch. Now has the opportunity to, I think he's going to get a fastball here, Sam, really drive it. 1
out. Top of the fourth inning, 5-4 lead for the Bourne Braves. Jimmy Glowinski on deck after Beloso. Connor Ash comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's inside, and the count now runs full, 3-2.
And because there's a runner at second base, it's unlikely that the runners will be moving here on 3-2. Don't want to have a strike him out, throw him out situation. Judd's fast, but I'm not sure he's fast enough to steal third base.
Beloso with 1 home run coming in game number 1 so far on the season. Here's the payoff from Connor Ash. Beloso ground ball right back toward the Braves dugout, foul. He's putting together a nice at-bat, 3-2.
Yeah, really battling strong here against Connor Ash. And it feels like it's a pivotal moment in this game. If you look at the box score right now, it looks like the Braves should be pummeling Hyannis right now. 5 runs to 4, but the Braves out hitting the Hawks 11-4 in this one. However, the pitching staff just not really able to keep the Braves in the lead here, with them likely going into the bullpen this next inning. Let's see if get a couple runs here, go up by 2-3 runs. That bullpen, give them some cushion to work with.
8 hits for the Braves in the first game, already eclipsing that. 11 in game number 2. Ash hands me to the belt. The payoff once again to Beloso is a little low, and he walks him. Cade Beloso is on for the second time tonight. He gets on with a 1-out walk, and the bases are now loaded for Jimmy Glowinski.
Loaded up for the cleanup hitter here. Let's see if he can clean up what's on the bases. And that was a good pitch there from Connor Ash. Just missed the zone, perhaps a little outside. Usually you're taught with 2 strikes. Anything close, you have to swing the bats. And Beloso, with great plate discipline, knew that was going to be outside, and will take the walk.
Glowinski, 4 RBIs in the summer so far. The first pitch is a breaking ball on the upper part of the zone for a strike. And Glowinski is 1 for 2 today. grounded into a double play in the first and singled in the third inning. A big moment here for him to break this game wide open with the bases loaded. Fabian at third, Warren at second, Beloso at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Connor Ash. It's a fastball just a little low at the knees. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Braves shortstop.
That's a good take right there from Jimmy Glowinski. That one crossing at about his shins. And if he hits that, all he can do is hit it straight into the ground. There's no chance of lifting that one up, so it would have been a ground ball out most likely.
1-1. Glowinski watches an off-speed pitch down the middle for a strike. He's now down in the count 1-2.
Now, that might have been Connor Ash's best pitch of the entire outing so far for him. That was nasty. Started up above Glowinski's head and just broke off the table. That was nice.
Beautiful breaking ball from Ash. We'll see if he can finish this one out. 1-2. Glowinski reaches for it. He did not go around. A pitch that was outside. Glowinski possibly got a little lucky there. And the count now evens at 2-2.
And that was that same breaking ball again. And now it's a little bit of mind games here. Does he go back to that breaking ball? He's thrown 2 good pitches within a row. It's obviously effective. Let's see here, Sam.
2-2. Glowinski watches that ball inside, moves his feet out of the way. And for the second batter in a row, it's a full count.
And now this is where you're going to see Connor Ash's best pitch here. Bases loaded, can't afford to walk anybody home. I think we're going to see that curveball once again.
Here's the payoff on Jimmy Glowinski, 3-2. It's a fastball that he sends to left field. It gets down. Coming in is Judd Fabian. Xavier Warren will be halted over at third. It's a 1 RBI single for Jimmy Glowinski, his 5th on the season, and the bases are still loaded for Cody Morissette.
Nice piece of hitting. A great at-bat there from Jimmy Glowinski, sticking with it, and now we are going to have a pitching change as Connor Ash's night has come to an end, and the Braves, lots of runs in these 2 games, 10 runs combined, and we're only halfway through this one, Sam.
Chad Gassman heads up to the pitcher's mound to take out Connor Ash. That will be it for him. It'll be a pitching change for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in a 3-run top of the 4th. We'll take a quick break. The Braves on top, 6-4. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on the Braves Baseball Network. Connor Ash's night is done, and stepping in will be Jonah Scalaro to face Cody Morissette with the bases loaded, Joran.
Yeah, Jonah Scalaro out of Florida State has only pitched 2 times coming into this appearance. He's got an 0-1 record, an ERA of 9.81 in 3 2/3 innings pitched. He's only given up 4 runs, and that was all against YD on the 4th of July. Picked up the loss in that one with 2 innings pitched and those 4 runs like I mentioned, Sam.
Cody Morissette steps up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch from Scalaro is an off-speed right in the zone to start Morissette off with a strike, 0-1. Bases are loaded. 3 runs already home in the inning. A 6-4 lead for the Braves in the top of the 4th. 12 hits for Bourne, 4 for Hyannis. Now here's the 0-1 on Morissette. Morissette lines it right to right field. Coming home is Xavier Warren. Cade Beloso will be stopped at third. It's another RBI for the Braves, this time from Cody Morissette. 7-4 lead.
Make that 4 games in a row for Cody Morissette, getting an RBI. He has completely done a 180 this season, starting out really slow, and he has picked it up this second quarter of the season, extends the Braves' lead keeps things in check now for Brendan Rivoli with the bases juiced.
That run will be charged to Connor Ash, make that 4 earned runs for him now. He's responsible for Beloso and Glowenke on second. Stepping up is Brendan Rivoli. First pitch is low and inside from Scalaro. It's a 1-0 count. 1 out still in the top of the fourth inning. 4 runs home for the Braves. They have a 7-4 lead. Rivoli is 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a fly out to center. Here's the 1-0. He watches it inside on a breaking ball. Called strike, 1-1. And Jordan, you have to think, for the way the Braves are hitting, if Rivoli can get a hit, this would be huge, especially for his confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's able to get here, get his first RBI of the season, possibly 2 of them, this would be big.
1-1 from Scalaro is low on a fastball. 2-1 now. Hackenberg doing a good job of stopping it and not letting it go back to the backstop. Beloso's at third. Glowenke's at second. And Morissette is at first. Morissette, a 4-game RBI streak. Incredible play from him. Here's the 2-1 from Scalaro. Off speed, Rivoli over to short. It's caught by Jordan Westerberg. Throw to second is in time. Throw back to first is not. Rivoli gets on. Beloso scores. Make that now a 4-run lead for the Braves. It's 8-4.
Well, there it is. That's Rivoli's first RBI of the season. He beats out the double play, so he gets credit for an RBI on the fielder's choice. And a 5 spot here, Sam, in the top of the fourth inning. 5 runs, giving the Braves the 4-run advantage, 8-4.
And the Braves have now batted around. Kyler Fedko comes up for the second time this inning. Glowenke is at third. Rivoli is at first on a ground ball hit to Westberg at short. 2 outs in the inning. Fedko got on with a double to lead off this inning. First pitch, he fouls back to the backstop, 0-1. Fedko's second double of the season. Reminder, this is only a 7-inning game, so this inning might just be enough to push the Braves ahead for the remainder of the innings. Bottom of the fourth, and then 5, 6, and 7. Fedko back in the box. Scalaro comes set, the left-handed pitcher. Looks back toward first with Rivoli. Now the 0-1 delivery to Fedko is off speed in the middle of the zone for a strike. Fedko behind 0-2.
And Fedko just needs to find a little contact here. We got that big hit earlier in the inning. That big leadoff double came around to score. Hopefully he should be feeling that same type of energy here now.
0-2 on Kyler Fedko. Here's the delivery from Scalaro, and he got him swinging. Foul tip back into the glove of Adam Hackenberg, and that will do it. A huge inning for the Bourne Braves. They put 5 runs on the board and now have an 8-4 lead heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. You're watching Bourne Braves baseball on YouTube. Sean Harney's night is over. He goes 3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 4 earned runs, all on home runs from Adam Hackenberg and Jared DeSantalo. Strikes out 2 and walks 3, and Harvey Shapiro will turn the ball over to Kerry Wright, who will be pitching in his second game this season.
Yeah, Kerry Wright from Louisville came to this Cape team, this Cape League, a little late in the season, but he pitched his debut night against Falmouth a week ago on June 29th. Pitched 2 innings, did not give up a hit. He walked 2, though, but yeah, no hits coming into this game.
He'll face Anthony Servideo, who watches strike 1 on the inside corner. Servideo is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right in his first plate appearance in the second. This Hyannis team has given up the most runs per game, just a little over 7. And they continue that trend with the Braves putting 8 up through 4 innings. The 0-1 is cut on and fouled back into the glove of Jake Campbell. Now an 0-2 count.
This would be big for Wright if he could go up there and work a 3-pitch strikeout. No reason to waste a pitch here. I'd say just go right after him.
Here's the 0-2 from Kerry Wright. And off speed right in the middle of the zone for strike 3. And Kerry Wright gets his first strikeout of the evening against Anthony Servideo.
Yeah, and that 5-run inning, a very long inning, I think really took all the momentum, obviously, away from the Harbor Hawks here. Just almost no life left. It's very similar to what could have been in the Bourne-Wareham game when Wareham put up 7 runs. Bourne was able to fight back, but it would have been real easy for them just to lay low. I think that might be what Hyannis will do here.
Adam Hackenberg comes up and watches ball 1 that bounces behind Jay Campbell from Kerry Wright. 1-0. Hackenberg, of course, had the big 3-run home run to right center field in the bottom of the second. Right into the windup. Now the 1-0 delivery. Hackenberg fouls it off. 1-1. Well, the Braves' record when scoring 3 or more runs, 6-2. The Braves scoring 4 runs and losing the first game of this doubleheader 6-4. 13 hits for Bourne so far in this one, 4 for Hyannis. The 1-1 pitch from Kerry Wright. Hackenberg gets a bat on it. It's a chopper over to third. That just goes foul. Touched by Xavier Warren to the left of the bag. And Hackenberg now down in a hole, 1-2.
And Kerry Wright, only 1 strike away from 2 batters and 2 strikeouts. See what he decides to do here. Still haven't seen a lot of Kerry Wright. We've only seen him throw 2 innings in about a week of being on this team.
And Wright for Louisville only threw 9 1/3 innings on the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hackenberg. It's inside. It hits him right in the center, in the stomach area, and he's now headed over to first. So Wright had a 1-2 count on him, and it hits Hackenberg. He's on with a 1-out hit by pitch and back to the top of the lineup with Jordan Westberg.
Yeah, that'll leave a nice bruise for Hackenberg to wake up to tomorrow morning. The Hawks down by 4 runs here, largest deficit of the day. Need base runners, need to start somewhere, and perhaps that could be a little momentum starter here for Hyannis.
Runner on first. Westberg now steps up. The first pitch is low and outside from Kerry Wright, 1-0. Westberg has gotten on twice with a leadoff double to start this game in the first, and a walk in the second. Here's the 1-0. Westberg watches it on the inside part of the plate for a strike, 1-1. For the first time in this game, Hyannis does not start off with a runner on base as Servideo strikes out against Kerry Wright. He comes set. Here's the 1-1 to Westberg outside. Campbell puts his glove to the dirt to save it, 2-1.
And Wright is going to be working the ball down in the zone here, trying to force that double play ground ball.
Wind has died down a lot just in the past inning. 2-1. Westberg watches it, moves the hands out of the way inside, and he now has a good hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike.
After dominating Servideo with a 3-pitch strikeout, Kerry Wright, after hitting Hackenberg, has now had trouble finding the zone.
3-1. Westberg, hard swinging strike, a good hitter's count, and he saw home run all over that pitch, way out in front of it. Now the count runs full, 3-2.
Beautiful change up there. Looked like a fastball all the way through until Carey Wright pulled the string there. And Westberg way in front of that one, actually fell down to a knee on that swing. He swung so hard.
Here's the payoff. Westberg will foul it off first base side and into the trees. Remains in the count, 3-2. The wind still blowing toward right field has really died down, and that's really been one of the main stories of today's game is how well this ball has carried. Judd Fabian hits a home run, Hackenberg with a home run, and DeSantelo with a home run as well. And there's a drive from Westberg to right field. Moving back is Fedko, and that ball is gone. Well, right on cue, Jordan Westberg hits his second home run of the season in just 3 games played, and Hyannis is back into it. It's 8-6.
Well, if we've learned anything from these past 2 games is don't count either team out of this game at all. The first hit allowed by Carey Wright goes for the big fly, and just like that, we have a game on our hands here from McKeon Park.
And the Sam spell is alive and well.
I didn't want to say it. But it's true.
At this point, you just got to start calling it out. Rowdy Jordan comes up for his third plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. Carey Wright, and he hits him. That's the second hit batter of the inning. Jordan spending some time on the ground. That hit him right above the ankle. The left-handed batter, Carey Wright, a righty, put a fastball right above the ankle, and Jordan is now walking over to first, the second hit batsman of the inning so far for Carey Wright. And there's another runner on with 1 out.
And Chad Gassman is going to go take a look at him, and once you know it, Sam, the tying run now comes to the plate. After a 5-run top of the 4th inning, the Hawks put 2 up thanks to the home run. And here's a guy who just got off from hitting a home run, Jared DeSantelo.
Westberg hitting his 3rd homer on the season in 3 games. He homered twice against Katuitt last night. Jared DeSantelo now comes up for his 3rd plate appearance, homered last inning in the 3rd. The solo shot was the only run that came across the plate. First pitch is way outside from Carey Wright. Jake Campbell does a good job at saving it. 1-0. Just seems like no team really wants to win this game.
Yeah, it's one of those days. I'm not sure what the moon situation is like. If we're going to have a full moon here tonight, would definitely seem like it with how these first 2 games have gone.
Carey Wright comes set. The 1-0 pitch to DeSantelo is a fastball outside. It's now 2-0, and Carey Wright really struggling with location. At Louisville, he had an above 10 ERA in 9 1/3 innings pitched, appeared in 10 games, started 1 of them, and struck out 8. Opponents batted .235 against him. Here's the 2-0. It's outside yet again. Make that 4 straight balls. It's a 3-0 count on DeSantelo.
And all 6 runs being scored via the home run in this game for the Harbor Hawks. And a 3-0 count here. DeSantelo most likely not going to swing, but watch out for that 3-1.
3-0 is a fastball down the middle, and it's now 3-1. Rowdy Jordan still at first with the hit by pitch. 2 hit by pitch this inning. 1 2-run home run from Jordan Westberg. Here's the 3-1 pitch. DeSantelo watches that ball way outside. Carey Wright walks a batter, and now runners on first and second.
Runners on first and second, and only 1 out in the inning. And Ace Adams is going to call time pitching coach for the Braves. Go have a mound visit, as there are some arms starting to get loose, and chief among them looks like it's J.P. Woodward, the lefty getting loose down in the pen. Carey Wright, only 1 out, and runners on first and second. See if he can get out of this inning that he started.
And Jordan, this is something that the Braves aren't used to. The pitching staff, which ranks first in the league with runs allowed, really struggling, and not only the first game, but this game as well.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a lot of your arms, a lot of your more skilled and more statistically better arms come in, and you throw guys like Carl Johnson, Nick Iverson, those type of players, and you come out against a lowly team like Hyannis, you don't have the same amount of skill ready to go, and the Harbor Hawks, to their credit, have taken advantage of it.
The Braves throwing pitchers that typically don't see a lot of time. Kerry Wright, this is only his second game. The first pitch to Hunter Goodman is outside. The right-handed batter starts out 1-0.
I think if Wright is if he ends up walking Goodman here, I think this might be his last batter.
Runners on first and second. The 1-0 is a curveball right down the pipe. 1-1 count now. DeSantelo at first, Jordan at second. 2 runs home in the inning on the 2-run shot by Jordan Westberg. And also scored Adam Hackenberg. Goodman calls timeout, adjusts the batting gloves. Right now comes set, a 1-1 count with 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch to Goodman. Way out in front of the off-speed pitch from Kerry Wright. He now has him down 1-2.
Yeah, that was a huge breaking ball right there from Wright. And it was big that he got him to go around on that one because 2-1 count, a lot different than a 1-2 count. And now Wright has the opportunity to get this second out.
1-2 on Goodman. It's low and outside, a fastball from Wright. Evens the count up 2-2.
Yeah, we've seen an off-speed followed by a fastball. I think we might see another fastball again here from Kerry Wright. 2-2. You're going to have to change up the placement, though.
2-2 delivery from Wright. It's outside, bounces in front of Campbell, and gets back to the backstop. Rowdy Jordan will get to third. Jared DeSantelo to second. The double play possibility is thrown out the window, and now 2 runners in scoring position. The tying run over at second, and a 3-2 count to Hunter Goodman.
Yeah, Campbell really never had a chance to stop that one. That pitch bounced in the other batter's box, and there's only so much as a catcher you can do. Runners move up 90 feet, take away the double play opportunity, like you said, Sam, and now with the tying run at second base, Kerry Wright really with his back up against the wall.
Goodman from Memphis leading the Tigers in almost every offensive category. Here's the payoff pitch from Kerry Wright. It's outside, and he walks him. The second walk given up by Kerry Wright, and the bases are now loaded for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. So the Braves load up the bases in the top of the fourth, and Hyannis does the same thing in the bottom half of the fourth. And Harvey Shapiro heading up to go talk to Kerry Wright on the mound, who has done nothing but struggle.
Well, that's going to be it. You can only make 2 mound visits in an inning. The second one, you have to take him out. So J.P. Woodward is going to come into the game and talk about being dealt a bad hands. Comes into the game with bases loaded and only 1 out.
J.P. Woodward steps in. We'll step out for a quick second. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. Bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth. 8-6 lead for the Braves. Bases loaded as Kerry Wright steps out of the game. J.P. Woodward comes in a very tough situation, Joran.
Yeah, bases loaded, 1 out. J.P. Woodward without the glasses we're accustomed to seeing him throw with comes into this game after pitching 2 hitless innings out of the bullpen in the loss to Wareham back on Wednesday. And it really feels like he's been able to come into his own after that start against Chatham. Right now, his stats 0-1 with a 6.35 ERA, but don't let that fool you. He's only given up 4 runs in all 4 of his appearances, so on average, giving up about a run per outing. 7 walks is the thing to watch for here with J.P. Woodward. He's had a lot of command issues and cannot afford to here with the bases loaded.
Edward Julian will come up with the bases loaded for his 3rd plate appearance, singled in the 2nd inning and came around to score on the home run from Hackenberg. and flew out in the third. So he's got the bases loaded. Julian from Auburn University. He led the team in extra base hits, RBIs, and also tied first for home runs. He'll face J.P. Woodward. It's a lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Julian from Woodward is low and outside for a ball, 1-0. It'll be Rowdy Jordan at third, Jared DeSantolo at second, and Hunter Goodman at first. Nobody who's on base right now has gotten a hit. It's been one hit by pitch and 2 walks. The 1-0. A fastball down the middle from J.P. Woodward, 1-1.
Yeah, it's a big strike there from Woodward. And we mentioned before the Hawks have scored all the runs off of the home run ball. 3 home runs in this game, and 1 here might be the final death blow. A grand slam would put the Harbor Hawks up by 2.
8-6 lead for the Braves. The 1-1 pitch to Julian is another fastball down the middle from Woodward for a strike.
Yeah, this is a big at-bat here and a big pitch. 1-2 gets that strike call, and a strikeout here would be huge. 1-2 count here from J.P. Woodward. Imagine you see the fastball again.
Woodward comes set. Hands meet at the chest. The 1-2 delivery is off speed and outside to Edouard Julian. 2-2 now. 1 out in the inning. 2 runs already across the plate. It was 8-4. It's now an 8-6 Braves lead. Woodward comes set. The 2-2 pitch to Julian, a fastball just outside, and the count will run full, 3-2.
Well, here we go, Sam. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Woodward, I'd be shocked if he throws anything other than fastball here with a 3-2 count. Bases loaded, has to throw his best pitch. And this pitch right here might make or break the game for either team.
Woodward looking to get out of this inning. 1 out here. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Julian. Ground ball over to first. Peloso picks it up. Only has 1 play. Can't toss it to Woodward in time. Julian beats it out, and Rowdy Jordan comes home to score.
J.P. Woodward gets caught playing spectator right there, Sam. Didn't realize he had to go cover first base. So the first run that comes in, not off the home run, scores a run, and now brings the Hawks within 1. That's a critical mental error right there by J.P. Woodward.
It'll be an RBI for Edouard Julian. J.P. Woodward fails to cover the base in time, and what looked like was going to be an easy out. A run was going to come across the plate anyways as Rowdy Jordan was coming home. But the base is still loaded now, and Brooks Carlson will now come up.
And that's huge, and that will not go down. Excuse me, that will go down as a hit. It's an infield single.
First pitch to Carlson, little chopper over to third. Xavier Warren throws home. It bounces underneath the glove of Jake Campbell, and another run comes across the plate as well. 2 runs score for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. It's a 9-8 lead as Xavier Warren went home for the force out, and it bounced right underneath the glove of Jake Campbell. DeSantolo came home as well as Goodman, and somehow the Harbor Hawks come up with a 5-run inning of their own and lead it 9-8.
This is unbelievable what we're watching right now, Sam. It's almost hard to put into words. Xavier Warren makes the correct choice, trying to come home with it, trying to prevent the run with the force out at the plate. Just does not make a great throw. Skips behind Campbell. Nobody covering behind Campbell. The ball stays. So the runner from second gets to come all the way to home, and DeSantolo. And now the Harbor Hawks match Bourne's 5-run top of the 4th with a 5-run bottom of the 4th, and they're still not done.
Brooks Carlson, who was at the plate, got all the way to second. It's now Mosley. Rigsby Mosley will come up and foul off a pitch back toward the backstop. 0-1. After Mosley, the Harbor Hawks will have batted around with Servideo already coming up, and he is the only out of the inning. Kerry Wright started off this inning with a strikeout. And after that, it's been all base runners for Hyannis. The 0-1 is off speed and catches the zone. 0-2. Carlson at second. Julian at third. 5 runs home for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They lead 9-8. Here's the 0-2. A little chopper that bounces back to the backstop. Remains 0-2. There have been 5 lead changes in this game, and we are only in the 4th.
And we're only playing 7 as well, but it feels like we've already played 9 or 10 with how this game has gone. Kerry Wright gets credit for all the runs that have scored. 5 runs, 4 earned.
0-2, Mosley will fly it in the infield. Glowenke, the shortstop, is under it, and he will make the play for the second out of the inning. A much-needed second out for J.P. Woodward on the mound.
It just is almost as unbelievable how much these two teams are alike in this game. They go 5 in the top, 5 in the bottom. Both teams bat around. I mean, this has been the craziest game by far of the entire season.
This fourth inning, a big one for both teams. They both bat around. Both have 5 runs home in the inning. Servideo will now come up. 0 for 2 so far in this game number 2. Comes up with runners on second and third. First pitch is inside. Fastball from Woodward. It's a 1-0 count on Servideo. An unbelievable game offensively for both teams. Woodward comes set. Hands at the chest. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Servideo. It's outside. Another fastball. 2-0. Carlson at second. Julian at third. There have only been 2 hits in this inning. The 2-run home run from Westberg and the single from Hunter Goodman. 2-0 is looked at for a ball outside. 3-0. A 3-0 count on Anthony Servideo. The delivery from Woodward. And that ball falls low. So it's another walk in the inning. Servideo is going over to first, and that'll bring up Hackenberg.
And this inning's still a long way from being over here. Bases loaded here for Adam Hackenberg, who's already hit a 3-run home run in this game. This is real scary situation here for J.P. Woodward and the Braves, giving up 5 runs in this 4th inning and still not out of the woods yet.
It all started with Hackenberg being hit by a pitch with 1 out, and that's been the whole rally for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. First pitch is a breaking ball in the zone from Woodward for a strike. 3 walks in the inning, 2 hit by pitches, 2 hits as well, 1 a 2-run home run. Here's the 0-1. Inside, Hackenberg backs out of it. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. 9-8, Hyannis leads it. In the bottom of the 4th inning, 5 runs apiece for either team in the 4th. 13 hits for the Braves, 6 for Hyannis. 1-1. Hackenberg flies it. That ball will stay in fair territory. Beloso will get under it to the left of the first base bag, and he will put it away for the final out. But Hyannis has 5 runs of their own, and they take the lead 9-8 in a crazy inning. We head to the top half of the 5th. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Nine to 8, Hyannis leads it. And one of the craziest innings you'll ever see. Both teams bat around in the top half of the fourth and the bottom half of the fourth. And I think the way this game's, Jordan, we've almost hit the 2-hour mark. We actually might beat the traffic.
Well, not only that, the weather was in the forecast for around 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30 or so, and we might catch a little bit of that with how this game is on pace for. We played 2 hours for only 4 innings. That rain's supposed to be coming in around 8:30. Oh, it might be a close one, Sam.
Jake Campbell comes up. First pitch is a swinging strike on Jonas Scalaro. Campbell had an RBI single in his the fourth inning plate appearance. He also flew out to center in the second. Comes the 0-1 from Scalaro. It's off speed, and Campbell gets a bat on it. Flies it out over on the right field side. Brooks Carlson, the first baseman, running over towards it, and it falls in foul territory, 0-2. Campbell picking up his first RBI of the season. Every single Braves hitter has a hit except for Brendan Rivoli, who's gotten on with 2 fielder's choices. 13 hits on the game so far for the Braves. Here's the 0-2. Campbell to left field. Goodman is under it. He'll move to his left side and put it away. A hard hit ball for Jake Campbell that hung up a little too long for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, just a little unlucky there from Campbell. Hit the ball real hard, just right at Hunter Goodman over there in left field. All he had to do was make a couple of steps as the ball was approaching. It got caught up a little bit in that wind, and it's a quick out, number 1.
Giovanni DiGiacomo comes up. He's 1 for 2, a single, came around to score, and a strikeout in the fourth. First pitch from Scalaro is a fastball about letter high for a strike, 0-1. DiGiacomo, the center fielder. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Scalaro steps off the mound. Here's the 0-1. DiGiacomo watches the off-speed fall outside of the zone, 1-1. Let's give you a quick recap. Judd Fabian started this game off with a home run, and we should have known the way that this game was going to go on from that. It was 1 run for the Braves in the top half of the first, 2 in the top of the third, 5 in the top of the fourth as the 1-1 fastball is low, 2-1. On the Hyannis side, 3 runs in the bottom of the second, just 1 in the bottom of the third, and 5 runs of their own in the bottom of the fourth. 2-1. Giacomo watches the eye. 3-1 now. Back and forth.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. There's been 5 lead changes in the game so far, just starting the 5th inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch on DiGiacomo. It's on the low and outside corner, called a strike. And the count now runs full, 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2, and DiGiacomo is a guy you really like to have on base with his speed. Has the opportunity to steal a base here. The Braves only chasing 1 run in this game, and this game has gone on, feels like, for a lifetime, but has the opportunity here to make something happen.
Here's the payoff. Giacomo watches it. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Scalaro gets a strikeout to start off the inning. DiGiacomo goes down. 1 gone. 2 gone, excuse me.
Here's the positive, though. Judd Fabian stepping up, only a triple away from the cycle here. And he's been the spark plug and many sparks. Maybe you could call it a full-on fire for this Braves offense.
2 outs in the inning. It was Campbell on a fly out and DiGiacomo striking out. Fabian, like you said, a 3-hit performance. He's a triple away from the cycle, and he's come around to score every single time he's got on base. First pitch to Fabian is low. 1-0. Fabian, the right-handed batter. Obviously his best game of the season so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Scalaro. Fabian, little chopper that bounces back and hits him for a ball, or for a foul ball, excuse me, 1-1.
We've seen something I've not seen here before, the walking concession stands carried by a couple of young children. You might want to check the child labor laws on that one.
Gosh. Yeah, that's a concern. Here's the 1-1 pitch on Fabian, way out in front of it, strike 2. 1-2. I don't think we've seen concessions at any game, but seeing it in this way, you probably heard it if you're listening to it. You got some ice cream, soda, water. Here's the 1-2. outside, 2-2. You know, I heard a legend that when both teams bat around in the same inning, these little kids come out with concessions.
Was that what that was?
That might have been what we just saw. There's also somebody dressed up in a pizza costume if you look down the left field line. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fabian watches it for strike 3 called on the inside corner. So after the Braves bat around in the top half of the fourth, they go down in order 8-9-1. No runs, no hits in the top of the fifth. It's still a 9-8 lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We head to the bottom half. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the fifth inning. Hyannis has the 1, 2, and 3 batters due up in Westberg, Jordan, and DeSantelo. The Braves went down in order after their 5-run inning in the fourth, and we'll see what Hyannis can do in response to their own 5-run inning. A fourth inning that saw both teams bat around. Westberg will lead it off, and he's had a good game so far. A double in the first, got on with a walk in the second, and a 2-run home run in the fourth. He'll face J.P. Woodward for the first time. Here's the first pitch on Westberg, a fastball right at the letters for a strike.
Yeah, that top of the fifth inning, the first time that either team so far in this game had gone a half inning without a hit.
Woodward into the windup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's inside, backs Westberg off the plate, 1-1. Speaking of a pizza in costume, there's also the Harbor Hawk mascot that's going around. It was the t-shirt toss this past inning. 1-1. Westberg drives that ball to left field. Rivoli is moving that back. That ball gets into the left center field gap. Rivoli will field it. Westberg gets over to second. That's his second double in the game so far, and he gets on for the third time in a row.
Yeah, straight into the left center field gap, and there is nothing that neither Rivoli nor Giovanni DiGiacomo could do about it. Falls right in between them, and I said this in the last game or earlier in this game. I can't tell at this point. They're all kind of blending together in terms of the innings. But this Jordan Westberg kid, he is for real. Talk about an impression on the Cape. 2 home runs yesterday, home run today, 2 doubles today. I mean, there's almost nothing this kid can't do.
Westberg has been impressive in just 3 games played in the Cape League so far. Rowdy Jordan comes up. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth inning. That's the only time he's been able to get on base. First pitch is a inside strike on the fastball from J.P. Woodward. Westberg, of course, coming from Mississippi State. Has had a great start to his season so far. 0-1 on Jordan. It's off speed. He puts a little blooper in the right field area. Glowenke or Morissette can't get it as he dives for it. It's 2 hits in a row as Jordan gets on with his first hit of the ball game. And Hyannis threatening yet again with runners at the corners.
Runners at the corners with nobody out. This is a big deal here for J.P. Woodward. Looking over at the bullpen, doesn't seem like there's a ton of action going on over there. Just a couple guys getting loose. So this is J.P. Woodward's inning still. and he's in danger here of really letting this one get out of hand. Although we thought the game was already out of hand at 8-4, and the Hawks came back and scored 5 runs. So
I think it's already we've lost all control over this game. DeSangelo will come up. He homered in the 3rd inning and walked in the 4th. Came around to score in that 5-run 4th. First pitch from Woodward is high to DeSangelo, 1-0. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. This game only going 7 innings. The second game of a doubleheader tonight. Woodward comes set. Lefty on lefty matchup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A hard swinging strike from DeSangelo. 1-1.
And right now, the weather right now, I think, is becoming more and more of the issue. No raindrops yet, but if you look out into center field, that does not look pretty out there. Very dark and a lot of clouds.
Well, once we're past this 5th, it'll be over, or it'll be an official game. 1-1 is low and outside to DeSangelo. 2 ball and 1 strike count now. A little radar check. It looks like there's a storm that's coming. That's being pushed back into the 10 o'clock hour now, so should be fine. The 2-1 is outside. It's now a 3 ball, 1 strike count on DeSangelo.
And what we're hearing right now is that we got rain over and near the Wareham, right across the bridge area right now, near Bourne Park. Have to keep our eye on that, especially if it rains hard enough at Bourne Park. We know the field necessarily does not drain that well, which might threaten tomorrow's game against Katuitt.
Had a couple of sunny rainouts this season. Woodward comes set. The 3-1 pitch to DeSangelo is low, and for the 2nd inning in a row, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks have loaded the bases.
And now there is an arm working in the bullpen, and it looks like Nick Iverson getting loose in the bullpen. Still no mound visit. J.P. Woodward here has worked himself into about the biggest hole you can imagine. Bases loaded with nobody out, and it's the cleanup man, Hunter Goodman.
Goodman comes up. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Came around to score in that 4th inning. Tough situation here. Bases are loaded. First pitch to Hunter Goodman is off speed. That catches the zone for a strike. Westberg at 3rd. Rowdy Jordan at 2nd. DeSangelo at 1st. Hyannis trying to capitalize on their 5-run inning in the bottom of the 4th. Woodward comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch on Goodman. It's low. Bounces away from Campbell. Coming home is Westberg. And Hyannis extends their lead. It's a 2-run lead on the wild pitch.
And we've seen J.P. Woodward really struggle with his command, and that comes back to bite him there. Pitch gets low and away from Campbell. Not a ton he could do about it. And now the double play opportunity is out the window. Runners move up 90 feet. Run comes in. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd as well.
1-1 count on Hunter Goodman. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. No double play possibility. Nobody out in the inning still. As this Braves pitching staff just continues to struggle throughout this game. Infield in. Here's the 1-1 pitch on Hunter Goodman. It sails high, and Goodman ahead in the count 2-1. Jordan's at 3rd, DeSangelo's at 2nd. Braves came into this doubleheader set with the league's top ERA. 2-1. Goodman jacks it to deep left field, and he'll watch that one sail out of here. Hyannis loads the bases up, and with the help of a wild pitch and a 3-run big fly to deep left field, they clear the bases. A 13-8 lead in the bottom half of the 5th.
Wow. There was no doubt about that one. Hunter Goodman knew it right off the bat. Talk about a bomb. He took a second to watch that one out of the box, and there was no doubt about that. Rivoli didn't even really bother moving out there in left field. He just watched it go right over his head, and I think that's going to be the end of the day for J.P. Woodward.
Harvey Shapiro heading out to the mound, talking with J.P. Woodward. There is an arm warming up in the bullpen. Hyannis follows up their 5-run fourth with a 4-run fifth. And now lead it 13-8. JP Woodward coming out of this game, a new arm coming on for the Braves. 13-8 lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We'll be right back. Hyannis is in the process of shocking the Bourne Braves as Nick Iverson comes on to pitch, taking out J.P. Woodward, who just goes .2 of an innings, allowing 4 hits. And the first pitch to Edouard Julian is fouled off, 0-1, allowing 4 hits, 4 earned runs, no strikeouts. Iverson will come on in what's been, simply put, a really tough game for this Braves pitching staff.
Yeah, and tough's an understatement, too.
First pitch or second pitch, the 0-1 is down the middle to Julian, 0-2, and to top it all off, we now feel some raindrops.
Yeah, it looks real menacing out there in center field. If anything, the Braves might get lucky and it starts raining before we reach the end of the 5th.
0-2 is a called strike 3, and Nick Iverson comes on and strikes out the first batter he sees looking. Julian goes down for a strikeout, the first out of the inning.
And Iverson on the season has been another strong arm out of the bullpen. You kind of scratch your head and wonder why he wasn't the one out of the pen. A .96 ERA in 5 appearances, 9 in the third, only giving up 1 run in, like I said, over a complete game thrown.
Now it's Brooks Carlson. Watches ball 1 inside. Carlson is 0 for 2 with a walk and reach base on an error. And 1-0 is fouled off toward the backstop, 1-1. So the rule in the doubleheader, these 7-inning doubleheaders, 4 innings is the complete game. So this game already official. Hyannis a 13-8 lead in a game that's seen both teams lead. 0-1. Carlson, little chopper over to Xavier Warren at third. He gloves it. Long throw to first is in time. Stretches Beloso almost off the bag, but he maintains his position for the second out of the inning.
And the thing to watch out for here is lightning in the area. We see lightning strikes, and we are going to have a delay here, but we haven't seen lightning yet, and it's a good sign, but it's going to be close, I think, Sam, especially with the way these clouds are looking.
Rigsby Mosley comes up, watches ball 1, a little high and outside. Mosley 0 for 2, walked and came around to score in the second inning. The 1-0 is grounded over to second base. Morissette gloves it, throw to first. Will be able to get Rigsby Mosley for the out, but the Hyannis Harbor Hawks put 4 more runs back on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning with a big 3-run home run by Hunter Goodman. We'll be back with the top half of the 6th action. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Xavier Warren will lead it off for the Braves, then Cade Beloso and Jimmy Glowenke up for the Braves here in this top half of the sixth. Bryce Teodosio will be playing left field now, taking out Hunter Goodman, who hit a spectacular home run way deep to left field. Admired the shot after. Give a little bat flip as well. First pitch to Xavier Warren is low. And 1-0. Warren, 3 RBI game with a 2 RBI single in the third inning and another RBI single in the fourth. Pitch is high, 2-0. He extends to that team leading number with now 14 RBIs. But it has not been enough to take down the Harbor Hawks. 2-0 is outside, 3-0. And Jordan, what a shock. I mean, you have the Braves coming into this game, top ERA in the league, have allowed the least amount of runs against a Hyannis team that struggled really everywhere in the game. The 3-0 catches the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. And a Hyannis team that struggles pitching-wise as well. You just didn't think this doubleheader would go the way it has.
Yeah, the short answer on that is no. No, I wouldn't.
3-1, Xavier Warren, little pop fly over in the first base area, shallow right field. It's called off by Servideo, and Servideo will take care of it, calling off the right fielder Mosley for the first out of the inning.
And you have to wonder why exactly Servideo called off Mosley there. Much more difficult of a catch to go over the shoulder. As athletic as you could imagine there, but Mosley there with the easier gets on that fly ball, but an out is an out, I guess.
Now we get some harder raindrops into the area as Cade Beloso comes up for his third plate appearance. First pitch is a cold strike. Beloso is 1 for 2, a walk in the fourth, single in the first, and a strikeout in the third. Rain really coming down now. The 0-1 is looked at, bouncing before the plate, 1-1.
And if this game enters a delay, there is no doubt in my mind that they're going to call it the first chance they get. Just little sprinkles right now, but it's coming down harder and harder.
This game already an official game. The 1-1 to Beloso is a check swing. He did go around. Make that now a 1-2 count. Well, we've seen, I think the fans have got their money's worth in this game. You've seen all you needed to see.
Especially
5 lead changes.
Especially because the admission is free as well. They definitely got their money's worth.
Yeah, you're right. Unless you bought a concession from one of the kids.
Yeah.
1-2 is low. It's a 2-2 count on Beloso. Braves in danger of falling to 7-13 on the season. With Hyannis, here's the 2-2. Fastball low, 3-2 now. Hyannis on the verge of pulling now within 3 points of the Braves in the Western Division standings, battling for that fourth playoff spot. This could be a series-defining or a season-defining series for Hyannis as rain really coming down. The 3-2 is fouled off by Beloso. Fans heading for the exits. This game continues to play on.
Oh, yeah, it's really coming down now, Sam, and I think we are just a matter of moments or minutes away here from this game getting called. It is really pouring now.
This is unexpected. After what the radar told me, here's the 3-2 pitch to Beloso. He takes to shallow center field. That ball gets down in front of Rowdy Jordan for a single for Beloso. Second hit of the game for him. So he's on first with a single. And it's absolutely pouring. This is miserable.
Yeah, this is going to get called. It has to, right? I mean, it is pouring. Oh, but now it feels like maybe slowing down a little bit. No, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get soaked here in a second, and so is the gear.
I'm throwing out the scorebook. First pitch to Jimmy Glowenke. He is inside. 1-0 count. Yep, scorebook's done. We're closing it up for the night. We thought that was a good look charm, didn't we?
Oh, we did. We definitely did.
1-0 count on Glowenke. He flies that 1-0 pitch to left center field. Bryce Teodosio moving to his left side. He'll get the out in left center. for the second out of the inning. They might be waiting to finish off this half inning and then calling it would be what I presume.
I'm not sure why it would exactly matter when the Braves are down by 5. Oh, here we go. Now they're pulling the teams off the field, and we are moments away from the rest of this game getting banged.
13-8 lead for Hyannis. Teams are off the field. There is rain pouring down at the Harbor Hawks McKeon Park. Players are heading to put the tarp out. I believe that might have been a lightning warning, which would delay the game 30 minutes, but
oh, it's pouring. This is unbelievable.
We'll see what happens. Chad Gassman, the Hyannis manager, talking with the umpires. The players are hustling to get the tarp on the field. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back in a little bit to give an update on the weather situation here from McKeon Park. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. Braves fans, final update. We are under a weather delay here at McKeon Park. A 13-8 lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We are going to have to pack away the equipment for the remainder of this rain. Check the Bourne Braves Twitter page for any updates regarding the weather. That's at Bourne Braves on Twitter. And we will see you next time tomorrow, a game against Scituate for the Braves, a home game starting at 6 o'clock. We'll see you next time. 13-8, Hyannis leads it in a weather delay.